Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to November 7th, 2020. In this video, former Vice President Joe Biden has been elected the 46th President of the United States. And I do not want to waste any time, ladies and gentlemen, because as many of you already know who have watched some or all of my previous videos, this channel's objective from the jump is to ensure that each and every one of you is equipped with the monetary ammunition that you need to save and feed your families, save your businesses, to keep your employees on payroll so they can ultimately save and feed their families to save this country, because we're the only ones that are going to do it. You're going to do it. President-elect Joe Biden is not going to do it. President Donald Trump is not going to do it. He clearly did not do it by the colossal mistake of giving the Small Business Administration the discretion of dispersing the economic injury disaster loan grants at $1,000 per employee, at a pumpkin pie slice per employee, as per the CARES Act. And he had the option, although, as I have told you several times in the past, that public officials on both sides of the aisle, Maryland Senator, Democrat, Ben Cardin, ranking member of the U.S. Senate Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurship, together with the chairman of the U.S. Senate Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurship, Republican Senator from Florida, Marco Rubio, engineered the language, the statutory language in the CARES Act to give the discretion to the Small Business Administration to disperse up to $10,000 in economic injury disaster loan grant in any way they seem fit. They didn't even call for them. They said that a small business concern, a small business entity, a small business period, what according to their definition, a business with less than 500 employees and other criteria that you have to fulfill to be classified as a small business, may request a grant of up to $10,000 within 3 days' time. But nowhere did they require in that law. And this is not because of my interpretation. This came from the Nevada District Court. It came from other district courts. The courts ruled that the Small Business Administration had the discretion to disperse economic injury disaster loan grants any way they saw fit. And first off, it was because Congress wrote the act that way. They wrote the law to give Jovita Carranza the ability to disperse it any way they seem fit. And to top it off, President Donald Trump failed to force Small Business Administrator Jovita Carranza to disperse the full $10,000 economic injury disaster loan grant to all legitimate small business applicants. Small Business Administration Administrator Jovita Carranza has a cabinet level position. She is President Donald Trump's right hand, yes lady, ladies and gentlemen. So if he would have ordered her to disperse the full $10,000 economic injury disaster loan grant to all legitimate small business applicants, as Congress funded her to do so, although they did not write the law to mandate that she had to disperse the full $10,000 economic injury disaster loan grant, she would have had to give you the money that you needed to save your families, to save your businesses, to keep your employees on payroll so they can ultimately save and feed their families. But he failed to do so, ladies and gentlemen. He had the option to give you the money that you demanded. However, he did not do so. Look it up. Small Business Administration, executive branch of government. Who's the boss? The buck stops at the Oval Office. And he made a few other colossal mistakes that I think the Southern District Court, the South District Court of New York City actually forced him to do. He beat those people's asses in front of Washington, D.C. I know, listen, this is something that benefited nobody, ladies and gentlemen, so it makes no sense for this man to do it. He's not dumb. He's not going to be so dumb to say, listen, I'm going to beat people down for no reason whatsoever. There's no monetary gain. I'm just going to look bad. Everything's against me. I call off my negotiators on the table for the next stimulus talks, for the next stimulus package, making colossal mistake time and time again. They force his hand. Listen, Michael Cohen, guilty of what? Tax fraud and bank fraud. All of these charges they have against him. You don't think he's talking, and now he gets the ability to become a liberal pundit and say all these things and make millions of dollars? They gave immunity to the CFO, the Trump administration, President Donald Trump. He can't even legally operate a nonprofit, and his children can't do it for like a year's time. I don't think he ever operate a nonprofit anymore. They force his hand, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, you want to walk freely on the street, and that's why they gave him Florida. Like, listen, you want to be able to go back to your compound in Florida and live freely and live stress-free and talk all this crap that your election got stolen, whatever the hell you want to say, you better do all of these things, commit all these blunders if you don't want us to lock you up and lock your family up. That's what I think happened, ladies and gentlemen, because you can clearly see they have a lot of dirt on this man right now. And regardless of what, this is the end result. That said, this, gentlemen, we have to ensure that President-elect Joe Biden does not continue to make the same mistakes that this man did, because he clearly sees the consequences. You see what happened to Donald Trump. He did all these things. He failed to mandate that the Small Business Administration disperse the full $10,000 economic injury disaster loan grant to all legitimate small business applicants. He didn't move on the act that called for the lesser of the $50,000 SBA Lifeline grant, or 6 months of working capital minus cost of goods sold for businesses with 50 employees or less. He failed to do all these things. So if this man fails to do it as well, we're also going to vote him out. You're going to vote him out, because you have to demand that they do what you need to save this country. So go ahead and tweet him. Twitter.com/Joe Biden. Feel free to congratulate him. Feel free to do whatever you want. Maybe don't even congratulate him. Just tell him, I want my $10,000 economic injury disaster loan grant, S.4227. Feel free to congratulate him so you could show that you're a decent person, because each and every one of you as American people are decent people. We are good people regardless of your political affiliation. I have no political affiliation whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think they're going to do anything in the lame duck section. They have no reason to. They have no reason to, and they're probably getting paid off to, right now, I think that the president has a clear path to continue his life, to go on his separate way, and I don't see any benefit of him stating, okay, now I want stimulus. Now, because there's no re-election there. Now he just can clearly stand in a place where he can continue to keep a base, so he can attract them to a radio or a TV show, or wherever he's going to continue to complain that his election is robbed. So I don't see anything happening in the lame duck session in terms of negotiation being passed. So nothing's getting passed until 2021. I'm sad to say that. And regardless of how many headlines that you see out there, great news, good news. There's no good news until you have the money that you need in your bank account, ladies and gentlemen. The gall of these people, the audacity of YouTubers, bloggers, all these people that are claiming to fight for you, the American people. That's what contributed towards messing everything up, because, as I've told you several times in the past, these politicians have reputation management staff. They go out and they perform queries on YouTube, on Google, and they see all this stuff. Great news, stimulus next week, your check's in the mail. Come on, man. They see all of this crap, all this good news. Other people are sticking up. Some of the biggest YouTubers discussing stimulus talks and talking about, don't attack our government. I don't want you to attack. What are you talking? Defending the government? Come on, man. Get off of that. Get off. You don't defend any of these people, because all of these people, they're in it for themselves. They are all in it for themselves. Each and every one of them, including this man right here that just got elected. He's in it for himself. He's got dirt on him as well. And I don't care about the dirt he's got on him. Just do your job. Do your job. And for once, think about the American people who constitute every single component required to save this country. As consumers, you constitute 70% of GDP. Small business owners, 30 million strong. 99.9% of all businesses in this country, employing 60.6 million U.S. workers, half of the U.S. workforce. You were not ignored, because that's what you can do. That's what you have it in your power to do, is to vote all of these people out, bring in fresh blood, and ensure that they pump it to equip you with the monetary ammunition that I'll keep saying again and again and again, to save and feed your families, save your businesses, keep your employees on payroll so each and every one of us can save this country. Let me know what you think. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Again, I'll go ahead and leave the link to President-elect Joe Biden, twitter.com/Joe Biden. Hashtag S.4227, because S.4227 has the language that we need to ensure that they disperse the full $10,000 economic injury disaster loan grant. Because these people, they're giving all these people discretion to do whatever the hell they want. That needs to stop now. That needs to stop now. Whether in the lame duck session, whether he can move some chips, play a different card to have you have all the monetary ammunition to weather you through this pandemic, to get our country back on its feet and make it the superpower and the greatest democratic experiment ever known to man on the face of this planet. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Watch this video right here for more stimulus coverage. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, and click the bell notification to stay on top of my findings when I upload them. May God bless you. May God bless the United States of America and everybody else on this planet. Talk soon.